Close that door there, push that thing out. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Another Way. Yes, if you push that out and close the door for me. Today, anybody ever heard the phrase making chicken salad out of chicken crap? Is that like a West Virginia thing? Must be making chicken salad out of chicken crap. Makes sense though, doesn't it? I mean, that's what we want to do. I got some serious chicken crap going on some days. And if I can change that and shift that and know and believe and do, I can change that to chicken salad. Right? I can change that to something good. You guys with me now? I understand. Now you know that West Virginia shit going on. Thank you, Elijah. What is hardship? When we think about going from difficulty to or from happiness to difficulty, that hardship. Let me see if I can find the definition of hardship. A condition that is difficult to endure, suffering, deprivation, oppression. That's hardship, right? Oppression, suffering. Oh, shit. Anybody ever been there?
Sometimes we make our own hardship.
It's about choices, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's about choices.
Hardship also gives me the connotation of a long time, not just a short period of pain, but a longer extended period.
I like that. That is so true to me too. Mm-hmm. That it isn't just I'm having a bad day today, right? It's I am in the throes of desperation, right? God, I felt that before. It is sometimes I put myself in situations that cause long-term difficulties. Let me think. What have I done that's caused long-term difficulties? When I stole the state policeman's hat, okay, which was stupid. I don't like to say stupid, but it was. I put down every time they asked that question, have you ever been arrested? I put down yes, because I have. Right? But then I tell the story and I've gotten jobs because of that story. But that was a hardship that continued, right? Every time I tried to do something different, that could come upon me. Right? Did you have one?
Well, this was my thing. Well, I done shared it before in many places, but my thing was I was trying to get my GED at one point in time, but I was also doing all this other stuff, mental valor, this, that, the da. But at the end of the day, I completed. I had a bunch of projects going on, but I completed maybe 1 out of 8 different projects. You know what I mean? So now I've learned to not so much as overwhelm myself with trying to do so many things at one time, try to complete one task and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But I was going to school, we used to have it in our building. I was doing so good and I was ready to take the test and everything. And then I got sidetracked somewhere along the way and went back to CPCC and all the stuff that I had gained. Like, we had an awesome teacher. Like, I was ready to take the math in like 2.2 seconds. But I went back and took the test to see where I was at. I had lost all that.
Yeah. And the long-term effects, consequences of that.
Right.
Consequences of that, yeah. The suffering of having to start over. Ooh. By choice, but not thinking about the difficulty, the
Right.
negativity that's going to occur, right? I forgot all that stuff. I appreciate that because I'd stay up all night learning for a test. And after I took that test, who's George Washington? I don't know. Somebody. He's around there somewhere. So those hardships that can turn into suffering, long-term difficulties. What are some other things that are difficult?
I'm James. For me, I'm going through a hard time getting my insurance and stuff together. Like when I get it, and then I get so much, then I'm getting my apartment also Friday. Got all that on my hands. Thank you. And and that's all of it came all together here. Now they don't want to pay for my rent.
Oh.
And this one, in my house, they tell me I got to wait after the 4th. So, I'm depressed. I can't think,
Yeah.
I can't think.
What the hell?
I just let it go.
Wow.
I just let it go. What happened?
There's a lot of things we can't control, huh? I'm excited. That's a kind of get you all excited and then drop the other shoe or knock your legs out from under you, right?
Right.
Damn. And I can see how that can cause depression because I'm like that when I'm expecting something good and something difficult happens,
Right.
or something
Different.
Thank you. I get that way. I get sad. I get sad or I get angry. Angry comes from fear, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anger comes from fear. So I'm afraid I'm not going to get something I want, or I'm going to lose something I got. There you go.
Just stay the course and just stay in position. So when it do happen, you're where it don't.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what to do, but I wouldn't like mess myself up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what they say? Never give up. That's right. So when I think of hardship and that suffering and that long term, that oppression from the difficulties we can have, it angers me sometimes, makes me sad depending on what it is, right? Depending on how it's going. But suffering, we've all suffered, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've all had a time of suffering. We've all had a time of difficulty. I love your shirt because it's got a dove on it. And that inspires me. That makes me think of hope. Right?
Yeah.
That's a big thing when I think of hardship. Hope is what I need because hope is the fuel of recovery. Right? I truly believe that. Hope is the fuel of recovery. It's what gets us going. It's what starts our engines. It's what helps us begin the journey. I couldn't start. I was so beat down. I couldn't start until I found some hope. Right. What do you think?
I was going to say me either. That was the thing. I was completely hopeless and ready and wanted to die. Begged to die.
Yeah.
So there was absolutely no hope. And until that little spark of hope came along, then I stayed in that miserable, suffering place. Whether I had caused it or not, I still stayed in that place of hopelessness. What it made me think of when you were talking about that, I saw this little card this morning with some positive affirmations that said, keep your face towards the sunlight and then the shadows are behind you.
Ooh.
Can
you say that again?
Keep your face towards the sunlight and then the shadows are behind you.
Ooh.
So if you keep looking towards that hope, that sunlight. And there's another one that's similar to that Bill Wilson said, keep your face towards the sun even if you don't believe.
Oh, wow.
I love that too, because when you keep your face there, even if you don't have hope, that will eventually radiate.
Because what comes around goes around. What I put out there,
Right.
what I believe, what I seek, right? What I see, I gotta want it.
Mhm.
And in my desperation, in my pain, in my loneliness, I desperately wanted something different. And when somebody came along, it made such a difference. Before I got sober, I moved in with a friend of mine that I worked with because I got kicked out of the other place. So I moved in with a friend of mine. Well, she screwed up and got sober.
Oh gosh.
I totally screwed up my plan because we were big party folks, right? And I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, I said, listen, I'll pay my rent, I'll clean my room, I'll abide by any rules you got. But you don't talk that AA bullshit to me, and we'll be fine. And you know what she did?
She talked that AA.
She never said a word.
Oh.
She never said a word. She didn't leave literature around for me to read. You know how we do.
Right.
You might be an alcoholic. Oh, gee, let me read this. Right? Nobody's gonna read that shit. So she didn't say anything. Oh, I had a good time at a meeting. None of that. But you know what? She was happy. That's the thing. And that when I hit my bottom, I knew where to go because she was happy.
Right, that attracted you.
That attraction rather than promotion. Yeah.
Miss Kim has a peer that she's working with, and when she went to see her, for the first time they were talking about what they could go out in the community and do, which is what we do. And
Yeah.
and Kim picked up on right away that this lady was having an issue with doctor shopping and addiction.
Yeah.
But she didn't say a word. She didn't say anything about I've been in recovery 26 years. She didn't say anything. She just left it alone. And and it went on for weeks, and I was like, Kim, you should, maybe give her some hope. She said, nope. She said, no, I'm going to wait. And then all of a sudden one day, this lady said, do you know anything about the NA book? Do you think you could get me an NA book? And of course, we had already bought it and we're ready to give it to her, but it was the same thing. She just saw that Kim was happy, and she knew she might have some answers. And that was amazing to me that she just let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. That process that we go through, that desperation. I don't know about you, that desperation of wanting something different, of being so empty. Right. I hated that so much. That was suffering to me. And it was when I realized this lady's happiness. So I wanted what she had, so I did what she did. Right. 12 steps, no 12 steps. That's insignificant. We all find our journey to recovery. But I had to find a person that had that hope. Right. I had to have somebody that had that happiness. Happiness is, you know how I am about definitions, feeling or showing pleasure or contentment, having a sense of confidence in or satisfaction with a person, arrangement, or situation. Having confidence and satisfaction. Right?
Contentment is the word that struck me the most, because that's long term.
Yes.
It's the opposite of what I think hardship is.
Yes.
Contentment.
Yes. Contentment.
That's happiness no matter what the situation is.
Yes. And you're right, that's long term. That's long term.
Like, I'm content with my life or whatever. It's not that overwhelming emotion, but it's even keeled.
It's level. I remember going, but today I am like this more. You get your ups and downs. Shit happens. Right. But I'm more like this. I had a really weird last week, and I can't remember the name of that movie, but it was a sequence of bizarre events. Unfortunate events. My car broke down. Paramedics broke into my house because they thought somebody had fallen and couldn't get up. So
and you got up and answered the door.
I got up and answered the door. Put the key in the door and just kept moving.
Oh my goodness.
Sit down.
We went somewhere and up to the mountains, and I fell 3 times.
Oh,
I'm a big woman. I couldn't get up. My wife fell once. She slid down the hill, was hanging onto a fence in the
oh
dog.
my God.
I need a reality show.
It was a bizarre. And then I ain't gonna tell you that her teeth fell out.
Oh no.
It was weird. It was, I was telling somebody that I believe that when difficulty comes upon me, sometimes I just got to push through. I know there's something good on the other side of this. I'm pushing through. But sometimes is my higher power saying, girl, you need to stay home. Yeah, I know. I can't, but distinguishing the two is the problem. Distinguishing the two. And that's, hold on. That's what I want today. Even in those difficult, bizarre, suffering, I want to be able to laugh at it. At some point you just got to go, this shit's weird. This shit ain't real. Right? And then you just got to laugh at it because it's so bizarre. Right? It's so bizarre. Anybody else have a experience that was so bizarre?
Yes.
Just me? Okay.
It wasn't a bad thing. My mother and we went to Walmart and we were getting a lot of groceries. And the lady before us said, don't worry, I got it. She got all of our groceries. I was like, well, in that case, get it some more. It was like $20.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
She didn't know us. We didn't know her. We were
Yeah.
talking about, my mother was talking about her grandchildren, and she got left up to my niece and nephew. She paid for all of our stuff and paid for the people behind us. Like
Wow.
many people, you don't hear about those things in the news. 'Cause
Yeah.
those aren't newsworthy.
Yeah.
But there are good people out there.
There are, and that's the thing. When I connect with good people, they give me hope. Just like my friend Sandy I moved in with.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me hope.
You got a hand
It says, hold on. Hang around with positive people. Just hang around with people that give us hope. That encourage our dreams. That wear those shirts that say you can do it. I'm proud of you. Support, not stigma.
That gives you a chance.
It does. It gives a chance for what?
Connection, which is hope.
Oh, connection. I love that. I love this. So when I hang with good people, with positive people, I get that hope, which ignites. Go ahead, Steve.
Like-minded people.
Ooh. I got that down here somewhere. Join a group of like-minded people and play. I'll do something fun. CharlotteMeetup.com is something I always preach. I always put that out there. Go
That's
ahead.
the whole purpose of our program. Is
Yeah.
that people who have become alone and don't have that connection to find their community inclusion. And that means equal to everybody. That's the whole purpose.
That's the thing. We all have some community somewhere. Yes, sir.
I did that when I was in Publix. A guy bought like $40 worth of groceries, and he forgot his card home, and I paid it.
That's nice. That's super nice.
Wow.
I bought a sub and like chips, and I just said add this up, and then when the total came up, I just paid the whole thing.
Wow.
Wow,
See, that's being the hope for someone else. You never know. That may have been someone that was their last amount of money. And that may have been their difficulty.
I know he said he was talking. He said he had kids, and he thought he had his card with him.
Yeah.
So he told the cashier that he will have to come back for that because he got to go back home to get his card. And I was like, "Is it all food?" And he was like, he was looking at me like, "Why am I asking him this?" I was like, "I got it. Don't worry about it." And I went and paid it. But like after I paid, like he was like his mood just totally changed.
Yeah.
Really? You serious? You gonna pay for my groceries? Oh, thank you, man. They were like, I wish you was here tomorrow. I'm like, don't worry about it. I said, it's
Beautiful. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing. To a stranger, it says, y'all just blowing this up. It says here, do something for a stranger. Do something for a stranger. Do something nice. Pay the McDonald's bill for the next. Pay it forward. I heard a story. This is awful. I'm gonna tell an awful story. This woman was, you know how you get in there and the next person comes and the next person comes, right? Well, this woman cut this lady off, and was blowing a horn. No, she was behind her and blowing the horn and giving all kinds of rude, obnoxious shit. So the lady paid for her food. The lady paid for her food, right? And when it got up to the place to pick up your food, she took her food too. That's ugly.
That's paying it forward.
Paying it forward. That's paying it backwards. So
I was going to say too that to me words mean a lot, and
Yeah.
so just saying you look really, that color looks really pretty against your skin, or whatever it may be.
Yes.
You don't have to really spend your money or do anything.
No.
If you just say, "Thank you for smiling at me today," or
Yes.
whatever, that makes a whole big difference to me when that happens. So.
You never know when a smile gives hope.
Right. All right. And you know, I remember this. This is so funny, but I remember this from years ago. I lived over off of Wilkinson Boulevard, and I went and stopped at the gas station. There was this little old man. I was probably like 25, and this little old man was sitting outside the gas station. And as I went to go in, he said something like, "You sure look pretty today." And I don't know what was in my mind or whatever, but I was like. And he said, "No, yeah." And he said, "You sure look pretty today." And I will never forget him saying that to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was just because I was having a bad day, and he just said something nice.
How long ago was that?
Oh gosh, I'm 53, so it had to be when I was 25, almost 30 years.
That's hope. That's that moment of kindness. Steve, what you got?
I just want to say, like,
Thank
I done
you.
been in like drive-throughs, and I done got up there, people in front of me, and I done got up there to pay for my food, and they was like, "No, he or she paid."
Yeah.
But I had a situation where I don't know. I guess my thinking cap went on, but I went to a car wash and washed my car. Long story short, I ended up spending the night at the car wash, all because I didn't have my car in park when I tried to crank it. So I done went and got a refurbished battery. I done bought some kind of like starter fluid that you spray on the air filter. I done spent everything I had. So my last thing was like get some fuses. So I done walked, I'm on South Boulevard. So I done walked from the car wash to Compare Food. So by this time I got $1.80 on this card, $2.21 on this card.
Yeah, I got you.
38 cents.
I just know today.
I understand.
So I done went in there, I done used one card, then one card got denied, so I pulled out some change. So, but I was still short, probably, I don't know, 80 cents or something. So the people behind me was like, they ain't saying nothing, but they looking at me like, look at this bum, man. He even got $4 for this, whatever he getting. But it was some Hispanic women at Compare Food. So they done pulled out their change. One had 38 cents. One done put some more change, but it was still short. So they was like, Maria. And they paid for it. So I was thankful, but it wasn't even the fuses or nothing. It was just because I didn't have a car in park.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. That whole difficulty, and somebody said, "Here's 80 cents."
Right.
80 cents.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
Because they said, "Come on, let's help this person."
Yeah,
Hey, Maria, come here. We
put
need
it back
more.
on my card, and because
Yeah.
I don't have enough. Can you? She was like,
Yeah.
no. She started calling all the way. Hey, Maria, come over here, and they started giving me enough change.
Where I felt so desperate.
Right.
I had that feeling, and somebody said or did something for me.
Right.
I got this was like 25 years ago. I was going to a restaurant, and I was people behind me, and there was some paper on the floor, and I just picked it up and put it in the trash.
Right.
And this guy said, "You're a good citizen." I remember that from 25 years ago. You're a good citizen, because that made me feel good. I wasn't in a good space, but that made me feel really grateful and proud. Yeah, positive. Anybody else got a story like that?
I have a little bit of a story. It's a little different, but so after I first got in recovery, my son, who was 3 or 4 at the time, started playing football. And the second year that he was playing football on the team, the president of the club came and asked me would I be willing to be on the board. And I said, I'm a felon, right? And he said, that doesn't matter to us. We want you to be on the board. So there was another lady on the board, and she became my best buddy. We did everything to get everything ready for all the games and everything. So now my son's grown out of football, so we don't see each other very much. And she called me yesterday and she said, I need your help. And I said, okay, I've missed you. I haven't talked to you. And she said, well, you're the only person I know that I can talk to about this. Long story short, she had surgery, ended up starting to was injecting with needles, and got a abscess on her spine, and was in the hospital, not able to walk for 6 months.
Wow.
So she hadn't told anybody it was a result of her using. And so she said, I need to tell somebody, I need to talk about it.
Wow.
And so as she started talking, I said, several different things. I said, you think you can outthink this and all this. And she's like, nobody understands that. She's like, I can't believe that you understand what I'm saying. I said, that's exactly the way we all are. So yesterday afternoon, she sent me a message. She said, I just knew you were the right person to call, and I finally feel like I have some hope.
Wow.
And I was like, gosh, because all that time she encouraged me that it was okay that I was on the board, and that she treated me just like everybody else. She never said, oh, don't let Shannon handle the money, none of that.
Yeah.
She was always right there. And now, all these years later, she's reached out to me for some hope. I thought that was pretty amazing.
Because you were the one.
Yeah, and that's what she said. Nobody understands that my family doesn't matter and nothing else matters except that thing.
Yes.
And she said, everybody keeps saying, just think about your family. And I'm like,
yes. That doesn't work, does it?
No. And that's what I told her. I said, that will never work. To think about your family.
Yeah.
But she was just, I don't know. That was amazing to me that somebody was looking to me for that hope too.
Ah, what a beautiful thing. Yes, sir.
Because people see stuff in us that we don't see in ourselves.
You're right.
Yeah. I'm the last one to know.
Right.
Other people tell me that and give me hope.
One other quick thing I was going to say too is that you said that you were attracted to that happiness, and you want. So to me, when I came into recovery, it wasn't the happiness; it was those that say it is what it is. That contentment, that not up and down all the time, but it is what it is. Has always been the thing I wanted to search for.
Yeah.
So that just as you were saying that about all the things about your apartment and everything, I just got to think it is what it is. That's what you have to think.
I don't have control over this. I have no power. Let me accept and give up, which is the hardest thing. A lot of times I need somebody to help me walk through that. I don't let go of anything without claw marks in it. Right?
That's why I have my tattoo on my arm like that, because it says let go and let God.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Gave me such hope. When I first came to PRA, I'd gone through so many other places where I got therapy, other places of therapy, until I met Princess. She came to Carl Crew over in Billingsley, and when she introduced me here, and I met you the first time, I was like, wow. And that was a good thing. I was like, how you're able to command the whole room, and you were trying to, you being your natural self, and you were so confident. And then I heard your story, where you came from, and I saw you perform on what was that?
This Is My Brave.
This Is My Brave.
Yeah.
To be your story, like, wow, I said, that's what I want to be. Because I realized when I went to the cancer place, and some person was just now getting diagnosed with cancer, and I told them my story, and they said, "Oh my God, you give me hope." I didn't know when I was going through all I was going through that me going through it was going to help somebody else, because I was just I'm still fighting through it.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the people are looking at me and looking up to me and seeing how I handle things, and saying, like, you always have a smile on your face. But that's just me. It's a choice to me. But they don't know I still have my times, but I have down times. But even the day you told me you stayed home that one day because you wanted to cry, that gave me hope that I can still be positive, make everybody laugh, but I can still take care of myself.
Yeah.
And say, listen, I still need to make sure my cup is full so I can give you something worthy.
Can I tell you a secret? Before every class, I'm anxious. Before every class, I am, right? Because you never know how it's going to go, and I want to be helpful. I want to give information that's going to help.
Right.
Do you know what gives me hope? You guys, because I know you love me, and I know you got my back no matter what.
It's
Right.
so interesting that you say that, Porter, because you are the person that when I first came here and my first day of work, even though I had gotten the job here, I came to group and you were just your natural, authentic self. And I was so attracted to that you just were who you were. And
Yeah.
you were joking and everything. And I thought, this is my home. This is where I need to be. And it was you that did that gave me that hope that I had made the right choice to come to work here and that everything was good.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting how we all are like a circle.
It is. It
I was
is.
able to be myself and have no mask here. I can see you
Mhm.
just yourself,
Mhm.
and that was just enough. Like we're not human doings, we're human beings, and your
Yeah.
just being is enough. You don't have to do anything. You're just present, and you're just being here. I said, this is the first place where I felt like I wasn't tolerated. I was appreciated. It was very first, even in my house, I didn't feel appreciated.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm very appreciated here.
I can thrive here.
Yeah, I feel like that I'm worthwhile. People see my worth.
Yes. Sometimes we don't get that out there, do we? I'm gonna. You guys are just right on time. Slow down and just be.
Mm.
Wow. Slow down and just be.
Didn't you, when you were in those places of unwellness, always trying to find a plan? To me, I would lay in bed at night and try to come up with a plan to have a better day the next day, or to make sure I had what I needed the next day, or whatever it was. And today, I don't have to have that constant hamster wheel to have a plan.
Yes.
That's an amazing gift to me in recovery, is because I really did lay there and just think, okay, what am I going to do? When I got that plan, then I could rest.
Yeah.
Now I don't even have to have the plan.
You can rest.
I can rest, and that's amazing to me because for my whole life I was always planning
Yeah.
how to do something.
I was. Why didn't you? You should have.
Yeah.
During the day. Choice. You said choice. And it is. It is when I'm in that zone, as difficult as it can be, I can flip it. And my friend Erica says, flip it. Right? Hard as hell. But if I can just grab a hold of something, let me read these things that we can do. Look at what you have, not what you want. Ah. Man, you know, when I fell down that third time, or my car went on Independence, right? 2 miles into my journey, I could have given up. I could have said, you know, this is just a bunch of crap. I'm not going to do it. But I've got a place to go to get my car fixed. I'm still under warranty. Warranty is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I've been out of warranty and that sucks. I've got I got off the road. I'm grateful for that. That could have been so bad. So many things I could have fell and really, really hurt myself.
Right.
Right. Just all these things that if I can look for what I've got right here, man, everything I have today, I don't need anything else. I've got everything I need. I got some wants, but that's okay today. Those are desires. Those are good things we want. Right. And that's good. Hang out with people that are positive, slow down and just be. Join a group of you guys were right on time. Join a group of like-minded people and play. Do something for a stranger. Learn something new every day. That's a cool one. Learn a new way of thinking. Don't judge.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one towards happiness. Because if I'm in judgment of you, I am in a negative frame of mind. Right. And I don't want that today. I don't want to judge anybody because I don't want anybody to judge me. Right?
I judge me a lot, and that's how I think I stopped doing that and started accepting who I am and loving and appreciating me. I may not be where I want to be or have what I want to have. Like I said, just be grateful because there's somebody out there who would love my problem.
Yes.
Like, God, you only got that Jesus, because I have to be appreciative because you never know who's at the thing. Like you going through that, because I know in times where even worse than this, when I was in my addiction, I didn't have these safe spaces and places to talk about what I was going through. I'd be able to just be, just relax and take a mask off. And I also appreciate, I always say this, like my mother and her generation didn't have this.
Yeah.
They didn't have these spaces. They didn't may not have mental health issues, but they didn't have these spaces where they can talk and just communicate and just have dialogue.
Yeah.
It's lost. And it's really lost now in this age of technology.
Yeah.
This is a lost art.
Technology and COVID really separated us, I think, really isolated. And it's that loneliness that brought me into recovery.
Mhm.
We get to connect here.
Yes.
Even on social media, you're not really connecting with each other. You're not really having dialogue, get to know one another. Like, no, it's not. It's very. That's why I said when I realized that when I have the people that really know me and know me without my mask, I don't need the outside world to approve me or affirm me. Your opinion of me doesn't matter because the people who actually know me, they confirm me. They know who I am and they know me in my ups and downs, and they still okay with that.
I'm full of love. I'm full of understanding that I can just be me. Right. What a beautiful thing. And when I've got that energy and power, it says in some of the literature I read that if I'm spiritually fit, I can go anywhere. Right. I want to go anywhere. I want to be me anywhere. That's one thing. Anywhere I go, I'm a dumbass. I'm just me. I'm just me. And I love that I don't have to put on. Yes, sir.
Right. I've been around, I've seen people, and I might have said, hey, he or she is messed up. But there go I, because more than likely, I've been in that situation. You know what I mean? So who am I to judge? Because I've been in that. If anything, I need to try to offer them some kind of hope or help if I can, you know what I mean? Whether it be monetary or a simple conversation or whatever to help them hopefully try to find a way out of their situation.
Two of the greatest things I can do to give someone hope today is hear them and see them. Right? Because so many of us have not been heard and seen for a long time. But we are here, like Porter said. We are seen here and we are heard here. And that's so good. That's so good. When we're seen and heard, we can go out into the world and be ourselves and to hell with everybody else. Right? The most beautiful phrase I've learned after all these years is that's your shit. That's it. That's your. I need a t-shirt. You're right. My sponsor had a shirt that said, "Don't sweat the small shit." And that's so true. Don't sweat the small. The last thing I've got is find a solution through brainstorming, networking, and finding your experts. Right. That can take me from a hardship. Finding the person that has the means. I don't have my card. Who's going to help me? Somebody always steps up. I got 80 cents. Come on, Maria. How much you got? Y'all don't know how inspired I am by you. Right. I get these lists of things. I'm prepared. And then y'all just talk it out. y'all steal my shit and then I got nothing to say. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to be here. It's giving me chills. I love it here.
There's in some of that literature that I read too, there's another statement that I love that says, happiness or unhappiness is not the point. The point is that we learn from our mistakes and are able to give others hope. I love that because that, when we're striving just for happiness, that's an internal thing, like we're striving for ourselves just to be happy. But when we're giving others hope and we are at that place of contentment.
Yes.
I love that because it's not a selfish thing. It's a thing of how can we give to others that hope.
That's it. When I give, I get so much back. It says in some, we just telling all the literature that when I'm in a space, if I reach out and help someone, that helps me so much. Yes, sir. I need something from this side of the table. I'm just saying.
Get you out of, or get me out of myself.
Yes.
Like, not to brag or boast or nothing, but like I went probably like about 3-4 days ago, and I got some stuff. I ain't gonna say a lot or a little bit. But I went down to the wall because I know like at Salvation Army they're gonna sell it, or at Crisis you gotta sign all this and that. And there's some people that ain't willing to sign nothing or whatever. So I went out down there and I put about 5-6 pair of shoes, and they can figure it out. They ain't gotta go to this organization or whatever, sign up or whatever. So I don't know. I just try to give back when I can.
Oh, that's so good to give back what was so freely given to me.
And can't you feel the feeling that person feels when they see that box of shoes and
Right.
they know that they can have it? the feeling that they have is,
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
It just came to me. One person made the difference in my life.
Right.
Mhm.
That's that hope. That one person. I want to be that person today. I want to be that person for somebody today, anybody today. Every morning I pray, God, use me and help me to be of service.
Yeah, they say find that one that believes in you.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
that's it. That's it.
I was looking at an interview that Oprah was doing with a young guy. He was talking about your profession and your work are two different things.
Uh-huh.
What is your profession is something that you may have different professions throughout your whole life, but what you do, what your work is something that is consistent.
Yes.
Mine is feeding into my group, my community. That's my work. That's something that I'll always do wherever I go. I'm feeding into my tribe.
Yeah.
Because that's what feeds back into me.
Yeah.
And
I'm covered then.
like Allstate.
Well, I was thinking
You're in good hands.
I was thinking of Waffle House, covered and smothered, honey, covered and smothered, and whatever else. Get the onions and hash browns on there. All right, we got to shut down. How to make chicken salad out of chicken crap. I think we talked about it today. Talked about how to get something that we don't want and shift it and move it and find that hope, find that person that can help us. Do something different, be something different, think something different. It's all about another way, isn't it? That's why we call it this. All right, I want to thank you all because you inspire me so much. And I want to, where y'all going? Sit down. All right, keep peace, share love, and have a good day.
Thank you.
All right.